We got a question about Neon Belly. Neon, glowing Neon Dynasty belly.
Yes.
So the question is how to get to Neon Belly and not get toppled over, I think was the exact phrasing, toppled. So how to not get toppled.
That's a good word.
So let's say we're just in sort of generic basic side control. I think white belts get toppled when they just kind of drive their knee up and the other leg stays down and their head goes forward and then the toppling commences. So.
That's being bad at Jenga.
The thing will be, you got to get the surfing balance, where you need this other outrigger leg. So you could do things with your hands for the grips, like back of the collar here, thumb in, slide this hand to the belt so you have something where you can go, you won't do this for long, but it lets you pin them down, get up, and then I stepped this out.
So having anchor points is a good way to think about it.
Yeah, so I got spots that I can balance on my hands and also gives me a little control over them.
Also, like, you know, by being anchored, if I start pushing, I can only push you so far, but you're still anchored to me. And like this makes it extra annoying.
Like if their arms are so long and they are so strong that they can break these grips by pushing you, like that's what this foot's for. If I was still down here like this and he goes to push me, that's when I don't really have any pushback. I don't have any balance. Because this, here's the thing. Whenever you're kneeling, almost every time you're kneeling, the knee that's on the floor is the heavy one. So it can't be this one that's on you. If I try to make this the heavy one, I'm going to get thrown over because I don't have good balance. So that's why this comes off the ground. I can make this one heavy now, but if he goes to bump me or roll me or whatever he wants to do, I don't have to be so affected by it because my base of support is much wider. And we can also change how we contact them with this leg. If you take the knee and you make it real pointy and you just jam it in them, it sucks for a second for them, but your balance is really on that pivot point. So I can come here and be mean, I got you, but there's only a little bit of contact, and then he'll do things, he's gonna push my ankle in and catch me in half guard.
This is actually easier to skate when you do that.
Yeah, it seems meaner for a second because you can like jam somebody's diaphragm, but if you want to be stable, you can drive your shin really far. My foot, you can't see exactly, but it's right up against the waist. So now it's my shin across there. It doesn't make him want to poop his pants or anything, but it makes it so if he goes to move around now, bump me, he can't move my foot around as much. I have a wider base of control. And then as you get more advanced, you want to be a jerk, you can choose when you drive and when you surf. Now, some details on the outside leg, it's called the outrigger leg. Where does it go? It goes around. But as a general rule, I think of going off 45 degrees from the shoulder, that should hit about my big toe. But as they move, as they do things, this foot will move. Sometimes it gets closer to the head, sometimes it goes away from them, but you don't want to stay with it like that. So like, if it goes straight off this way, this looks weird, and I'll have really terrible balance if they just bump. So we're going to bump that way. They'll bump me this way, and I'd have to use something like my hand. If I go this way, then I have really bad balance to my rear, or they do silly things like they'll reach under your leg and grab it and tip you over. So there might be a moment when they go to bump me this way and my foot goes back. There might be a moment when they bump me that way and my foot goes forward. But it tends to reset into this angle. I don't bring it too close because now it gets grabbed and my weight got kind of light on them. And also, I don't make it totally straight. I don't lock my knee out and do this because then if I have no, it's like there's no shock absorber. So if anything bumps me around, this leg is just like a big broomstick. I need it a little bit bent, and I need the sole of my foot on the ground. Don't do this too much. Don't go big toe down, heel up. Like you're not going to be sprinting this way. You're going to be turning and facing towards them like that. And you'll just have to get used to surfing around here. I'll save your belly a second. Then ab workout. The Neon Belly can be kind of hard spot for white belts at the start because it requires some balance and you don't just get to hug somebody. There are more things we could do with the arms, like the classic positioning of holding onto the collar and the sleeve here. You could have maintained these grips. You can, honestly, sometimes I just put a hand on this biceps and a hand under this elbow, because that does most of what I want, which is if he tries to turn towards me, it's going to be hard because I'm pulling up on this side and pushing down on that side. If he wants to turn away from me, that's fine, because then I go behind him. So there's your little crash course. Let's go over the beginning one more time. If I want to get up to me on belly, I can have this leg ready or not. Hand in the back of the collar, hand to the belt, elbows in, little push up, hop in, shin across the belly, leg out there. I'd say one little trick to be aware of is this, they can try to like whack that straight arm bar there. Just don't let it happen. I don't know. If somebody wants to do that, just bend your elbow in. You don't have to hold that collar. You can go to their arm, you can pull up on it, you can hold the back of the sleeve, or you can just get here and slap them. Give that a shot, hope it helps.